the rest of its time in the House.
I call John Hayes.
Thank you, Speaker. There spaketh the Red Reverend from Otago. And what a misleading purveyor of facts that man gave us in the House today. Well, he said that we have got the greatest, in his electorate, we've got the greatest unemployment that this country has ever seen. Well, I would like to take issue with that, because I can tell him and refer him to the ANZ Business Outlook survey for July, which confirmed that overall business confidence has increased 3 further points in the month, with a net 53% of respondents expecting better times ahead. This is the highest level of business confidence since April 1999. And then the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment Jobs Online report for July last month shows vacancies increased by 8.3% per month. Red Reverend, you've been telling porkies. In the month of July, taking the annual increase to 13.2%. And the Household Labour Force survey shows that unemployment has fallen, not increased, Red Reverend, fallen from 6.8% to 6.4% over the past year. It also shows that there have been 46,000 more...
Point of order.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure what my remedy is to this, but the member is quoting statistics. He's saying that the Otagans have dropped, and they have not.
No, that's a point. That's a debating point.
It's a
that's a debating point which can come up at another time. John Hayes.
Thank you, Speaker. Red Reverend doesn't like the truth, does he? Well, let's go to the Household Labour Force survey. It shows that unemployment has fallen from 6.8% to 6.4% over the past year. I say to the people of Otago, you are being misled by your Member of Parliament, the untruthful Red Reverend. It also shows that there have been 46,000 more people employed in the past 6 months. That man cannot lie straight in bed. And I have also am totally perplexed as to why the Labor Party will not support this bill, which provides huge common sense and a tremendous improvement in the way that future governments are going to have to manage this economy. And while I've heard criticism from the Green leader this morning, and also from the Captain Cliche of the New Zealand First Party, I'd like to say that the national government's responsible economic management is helping the country grow and lifting confidence. Under this government's strong economic management, we are on track to return to surplus in 2014-15. You said we have never run a surplus. We never claimed we could in the middle of a global recession, but we said we would be back in surplus by 2014-15, and we will, Red Reverend.
Order.
New Zealand.
Order. There is a Speaker's ruling 28.1 which I'd ask the member to look at. You must refer to people by their names. It's been mentioned a few times across the House. I just remind members, 28.1, refer to them by their correct names. John Hayes.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, by 2014 and 15, New Zealand will be one of the few developed countries not increasing public debt. And our economy continues to grow 2.4% in the past year, which is faster than most other developed countries as members of the OECD. Now, I come back to the Green leader's comments, because he was talking in a very misguided and untruthful way about Mighty River Power performance. He omitted to understand that running a surplus helps keep mortgage rates lower for longer. It gives the government choices about how to invest your taxes. It ensures our economy is stronger and more stable in case of future economic shocks. For example, if Wellington suffered a big earthquake. what I can tell this House is that Standard & Poor's has just affirmed New Zealand's AA+ credit rating, saying the ratings reflect the country's fiscal and monetary policy, flexibility, economic resilience, public policy stability and the finance sector. This follows earlier comments by the IMF Managing Director, Christine Lagarde, who said the IMF is very supportive of what is being done by the government. So if you look at the numbers, whether it's growth, whether it's employment, whether it's inflation, whether it's debt, overall it's very stable and it's also very promising. It's certainly a lot better than we see in most other parts of the world, and it's infinitely better than the situation would arise if those economic miscreants on the other side of the House were to take over running this country, and we cannot put this up at risk. Here in New Zealand, Mr. Speaker, we're seeing a growing mood of optimism being recorded in business sentiment surveys, retail sales data, house sales, and the ability of businesses and consumers to pay their bills on time. The most recent BNZ New Zealand Performance of Manufacturing Index increased 4.3% to a seasonally adjusted 59.5%. And I'd ask the people of Otago to keep that fact in mind when they consider the comments of their member in this House this morning. Mr. Speaker, it raises further questions about the opposition's irresponsible attempts to manufacture a manufacturing crisis in this country. It simply does not exist. Mr. Speaker, this is a very good piece of legislation. It helps the government consolidate its sound management of this economy, and I support it without reservation. Thank you.
I understand the next call is a split call. The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. I rise to take a brief call to oppose